Good morning and welcome to your Farm and Home Show. I'm Kristi Shive, and this morning we're visiting with Amanda Dame. She's Family and Consumer Sciences Agent in Hopkins County. Now, you and several other FCS agents have started a really great podcast. Amanda, can you tell us a little bit about the podcast?
Yeah, sure. So we have a podcast that's actually called Life Simplified. And I think we've mentioned it before on one of your shows, but we talk about different FCS topics and we try to look at it as just giving you life hacks to help make life a little bit easier. And as you mentioned, we have agents from Caldwell, Christian, Livingston, and then, of course, myself, Hopkins County, who are in it.
Amanda, what are some of the things you all are going to be talking about in the coming months?
Yeah, so we're really excited about April. We're going to talk about something we haven't talked about before, and it's something that I personally enjoy, and we're going to be talking about gardening.
What all around gardening will you be focusing on?
So each week, every Tuesday, we post a new podcast. And so throughout April, we're going to be talking about just different types of gardening, how to get started, of course, gardening safety, and that will talk about sun safety,
Mm.
just general like the tools, how to safely utilize the tools, just general garden safety. The benefits of gardening, so the health benefits, the mental benefits of gardening, and then we're going to be talking about just how to use the produce, how to use those fruits and those vegetables, and a little bit about how you can preserve them and eat them all year long. And then lastly, we're going to be talking about how to garden with kids.
I love that you're going to touch on the sun safety. I think that's so important as we enter the warmer months. A lot of people love to spend time outside, and taking care of our skin is so important. Now, Amanda, you mentioned that there are so many mental health benefits to gardening. What are some of those benefits?
A few just benefits that we're going to be talking about on one of our weeks. Just the increased exercise. So a
Mm.
lot of times we think about exercise as being walking or running. And if you think about it, when you're out in the garden, you're pulling weeds and digging and using sometimes those muscles that get sore because you haven't used them in a long time. And so, and also thinking about as we age, how we can continue to exercise with gardening, because you can do raised bed gardens. They have like stools you can kneel on and just different ways to to exercise and just those benefits that you receive from that. And then also the improved diet. So if you think about if you have all this fresh produce, you're going to eat it and you're going to consume it. And you're going to do that throughout the summer. And then if you preserve it, you're going to be able to do that all winter long as well.
How to use that produce from your garden. I think
Mhm.
that's going to be a great episode. Now, Amanda, if someone is watching and they're very interested in your podcast, how can they access and listen?
Yeah, so you can listen through any streaming service through that you can get your general podcast from. We also have a Facebook page where we post links on there. We have a Life Simplified podcast YouTube page too that you're able to just kind of listen on your computer. Or we have a website that's called Podbean, which is a podcasting website. So you could listen on a computer or on your phone that way as well.
Alrighty, so they just type in Life Simplified and they
Mhm.
should be able to find your podcast.
Yes, and we have a blue logo with University of Kentucky, of course, extension on there. You should be able to find it.
How long have you all been doing this podcast?
A year. So December was 1 year that we did it. So we're starting on year two. So we've learned a lot and we're trying to change it up this year and do monthly themes. As you can tell, our April is going to be all about gardening.
Yes, and it's totally free to listen, isn't that right?
Yeah, it absolutely is. And we also give resources that people can utilize in the show notes. And then so it just gives links to our resources that we talk about and then local resources as well.
Thank you so much for being with us today on the Farm and Home Show, and we'll see you next time.